Does it get any more cosy than Hogsmeade?
Because you know Lumos.
The young today aren't willing to put in the work. Busy with fizzing whiskies, if you ask me.
Those aren't so bad. I don't mind the odd one without red.
Glad you came.
Hello, Sirona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did, thank you. We had a good conversation. He sends you his best.
Glad to hear it. I shan't ask for details of your little chat, and I'll refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be, whatever your plans.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something?
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favour for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I've actually met Mrs. Sprottle. I recently spoke with her about her friend Claire Beaumont.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stayed with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply, and you could retrieve something of mine in the process.
Why does Mrs. Sprottle keep a supply of Wiggenweld potion on hand?
Dot's a skilled potioneer. She's been supplying travelling vendors with Wiggenweld potion, an ordinary precaution that has, unfortunately, become a necessity, what with Ranrock's loyalists disrupting the trade routes.
Why did Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle have your box of letters after all this time?
It's one of a few that I had when I was young. Dot found it when she was clearing out a closet. Can't imagine what's in there. Probably terribly theatrical. The ramblings of a teenage witch and her friends. You're welcome to take a peek inside, if you do find it. To be honest, I'd imagine it contains some lovely memories.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give
Hello,
Dot...
Sirona. You were hoping I'd check on a friend of yours, weren't you?
Yes, my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield, north of Hogsmeade. Her husband Aidan recently passed away.
Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sprottle? Wonder who lives here. Nice to see you again, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawk lumps for me. Since he died, my supply has...
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Brottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawk clumps for me.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing...
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawk clumps on his way to see her. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawk clumps and collect...
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year. All talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Sirona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Thank you, Mrs. Brottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk clumps. I and the vendors I help would greatly appreciate.
A castle. Must have been quite stately in its time. Revelio!
Where did I set my trap? Was it Lower Hogsfield or Upper Hogsfield? I tell you this is utter nonsense. I've never heard such rubbish in all my life. I should think I get more sense out of...
It seems we may have an intruder in our midst.
Jefficus Totalis. Protego!
Come out.
Wingardium Leviosa.
This is almost too easy.
Incendio! Confringo!
A threat.
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned. Revelio!
They teach the dark arts at other schools. Why should Hog...
Not especially quiet, are you?
You're a bit dodgy with your skills, aren't you?
Careful not to get bit.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes. I've heard centaurs quieter than you.
Gave the hawk lumps to Mrs. Sprottle, but I still need to visit the cave to find Serona's box of letters. Perhaps I'll find more hawk lump. Better have a look around. See about the hawk lumps and the box of letters. Incendio! That's all the hawk lumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Revelio. Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether. Confringo! Defender! Confringo! Incendio! Confringo! Protego! Defender! Incendio! Defender! Confringo! Incendio! Confringo! Defender! Incendio! Confringo! Incendio. Defendo. Confringo. Incendio. Protego. Confringo. Defendo. Incendio! Confringo! Defendo! Confringo! One less foul, hulking brute. Revelio. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Revelio. This must be Sorona's box of letters. I should take this box of letters to Sirona. She'll be glad to have it back. I think that's everything. Sirona will be glad to have this back. Incendio! Accio! Confringo!
Loud as a troll you are. You having the knack at all? Reducto!
Atrevicus totalis!
Show you!
And where did I set my traps? Was it lower or upper Hogsfield?
Atrevicus totalis!
Potato!
Confringo! Accio! Incendio! Shame nobody saw that. Revelio! Hogsmeade, here I come. Hello, Sirona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some hawk lumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
One of the letters mentions Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw. We could have cheered them on together.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlick?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aidan. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand. And not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her, and for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
Revelio. Revelio.
If anyone ever knew how to keep muggles out.
Accio. Revelio.
Nothing else.
You can't imagine how inconvenient.
Revelio. Adelaide Oaks, isn't it? I received your owl.
Yes, I'm Adelaide Oaks. Oh dear. You see, my Uncle Roland is a metal trader who's quite well known in the goblin community. He normally sends me owls every week when he's on his business travels. In his last owl, he alluded to dealings with those radical goblins, Ranrock's loyalists. It's been ages since that owl and I'm worried. What with the troll attack on Hogsmeade and the rumours that goblins may have been involved, well, I'm fearing the worst. Should I be worried about my uncle, or am I overthinking this?
I think you're right to be concerned, Adelaide. Your uncle may be in trouble.
You're much more understanding than Professor Weasley. She heard I was going to look for him and forbade me from leaving the grounds. She's convinced he can handle himself, but I can't concentrate on anything until I know he's all right. Could you try to find out for me? From what I hear, you're almost as adventurous as Uncle Roland.
Has your uncle traded with many goblins?
Yes, for ages. Even speaks gobbledygook. But he only recently mentioned Ranrock's lot, insisting the galleons were worth the risk. He does it for me. Between robes and supplies, attending Hogwarts costs a fair sickle. And besides that, Uncle Roland has expensive taste. He's sacrificed so much for me over the years. I promised him that as soon as I finish Hogwarts, I shall be the one taking care of him.
I take it you and your uncle are close.
We are. He knows I get anxious when he travels, and that's why he sent...
I'll try and look into it for you, Adelaide.
Thank you. He's very thorough in his record keeping. Notes all his trades in a journal, makes maps. In fact, in his last owl, he drew me a map of his next stop. He planned to set up camp north of here. I do hope you're able to find out where he is. Thank you again for any help you can provide. Uncle Roland would never leave me to worry like this.
She seems very worried. Adelaide mentioned her uncle's camp may be near Brockborough, past the river. Revelio! Revelio.
brain been infested with bugs?
Revelio.
A maneuver like that could have got us killed. I've robbed every traveling vendor that's passed through here. They never see it coming. I've had enough of Fellcroft. Hope I never have to see it again.
Could this be Mr. Oakes' campsite? Revelio! Ranrock's loyalists, just ahead. Should I take them by force or be discreet?
Am I human?
Revelio!
My turn for patrol.
Revelio!
Why is a grapple you are? Diverted.
Accio! Incendio! Protego! Stupid one!
You can't stop us.
Levioso! Glacier!
Am I human?
Well played. Cure spells glance off of me.
Confringo!
Not quite.
Defendo!
Tell me.
Confringo! Incendio! Levioso! Depulso!
Was that your best?
Accio! Confringo! Now to find out what happened here. Mr. Oakes' trade journal. Adelaide said that her uncle kept notes of his trades, maps. Perhaps these landmarks will lead me to him. Revelio! Confringo! This looks intriguing. Revelio! Revelio. Accio. Incendio. Confringo. A rock formation. That's the first landmark on this map. Now to find the crooked tree. Reparo. Revelio. Reparo. That's that. Settled. Lumos. Confringo. Incendio. Lumos. I should investigate. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Revelio. Accio.
Come here.
Confringo.
No! Thought we'd forget about that goblin helm you nicked.
Accio.
You're the little sod that saved Treadwell. Afraid to take a hit, are you?
The beasts are safer now. Revelio. Confringo! Defender! Defender! Confringo! Protego! Revelio. Accio. Incendio. Protego. Confringo. Stupefy. Incendio. Accio. Findo. Accio. Incendio. Protego.
What am I doing here? What was that?
What do we have here?
So long I'm hearing things.
Who's there?
Patricus Totalis.
A brother who works in Gringotts. Couldn't pay me enough to sit behind a desk all day.
Revelio. Trouble's brewing and I'm without... I may have more luck higher up in the keep.
quiet enough. That was meant to be.
Wizard kind will submit to us once the war is over.
Revelio.
Why is it
Petrificus totalis.
never anything interesting around?
Revelio. Stone walls do a prison make, sometimes. A ladder. That's what I need.
Oh, yeah. My hands are big for that.
Petrificus totalis. Revelio. Petrificus totalis. Revelio.
It won't be long now before we find another repository.
Perhaps not the best place to be caught alone.
When the war is over, goblins will rule over wizards at last.
Revelio. This is the spot on the map. I'd best have my wits about me.
Who's out there? Afraid to fight? Go and patrol. Like I ain't got the
Petrificus totalis.
someone. You always had a lucky strike. Get away!
Incendio.
No! I will make you.
Glad I was never locked up here. Revelio. What will we find in here? Revelio. 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 Protego! Accio! Confringo! Defender! Superfire! Incendio! It looks as though Adelaide's instincts were spot on. You only have Ranrock to blame. Aloha Mora. Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
One less shoe at him.
Incendio. Confringo. Revelio. Accio. Revelio.
You haven't had mushroom stew like what my mother used to make it. Like heads of lettuce, those mushrooms were.
A human's word is worthless. This prisoner owes us the metal we were promised. No witch or wizard will be spared.
Revelio.
Who is it? We're close to him. What's that? Enjoy suffering, do you? That's
Your acrobatics will only postpone the inevitable.
Incendio. Accio. Confringo.
Get accustomed to that! No! I will make
Accio. Incendio.
How can you do that?
This will not go well.
Incendio.
I shall avenge your death. You won't get away with that.
Accio. Incendio.
I shall
Confringo.
avenge your death.
A boiler door. How to open it? Confringo! Ranrock has fooled you all. To your demise. Revelio. Confringo! Revelio.
Accio! Sending! Confirm! I won't rest until you're dead. Accio! Sending! Revelio! Revelio. Revelio. Confringo! Revelio.
What's down there?
If you're there. What's going on?
Levioso.
Stop! I'm afraid of heights!
Protego. Glacier.
Bone in me and never...
Levioso. Accio. Levioso. Glacier.
Frozen to the bone. No! I will make you pay.
Accio. Too late for you to learn the error of your ways. Revelio.
Hello? Mr. Oakes?
Yes, I'm here. They've taken my wand. This cell has an enchanted lock. I have experience with these locks, but I need my wand if I have any chance of opening it. Look for a boiler door. I've heard them speak of it.
I need to find Mr. Oakes' wand. Where could it be?
Confringo. Accio. Incendio!
Oh! One way or another, we'll get what we're owed.
Revelio.
It's the student from the town. You've been paying
I won't rest. Stop it! I'll bury you in the deepest. One less shooter to worry about.
I've been fighting since before you were born.
Glacius, you're really not very good at this, are you?
Leviosa.
Return me to the ground at once.
Accio.
How childish! I won't rest.
Incendiary. Not quite.
I don't think you know who you're dealing with.
Glacius. Leviosa. Accio. Glacius.
You not run away.
Accio.
You can't stop us.
Leviosa. Accio. Incendio.
I should have been dead. You won't survive this, my young friend.
Leviosa.
Much too slow.
Protego.
Your spells glance off of me.
Glacius. Leviosa.
I will not be made a fool of.
Leviosa. Protego.
Put me down.
Repulsor. You've one less follower, Ranrock.
Revelio. This must be Mr. Oakes's wand. Perhaps now he can set himself free.
Pass me my wand. I can't get out of this damn cell without it. It's my last hope. Please. Oh, my wand. Oh, thank Merlin. Thank you. You did it! I found my wand and... Wait, you're a student? Oh, we must get you to safety immediately. It's dangerous.
It's all right, Mr. Oakes. I've dealt with these goblins before.
Dear Merlin, you're either very lucky or very talented. Well, how did you find me?
I'm a friend of Adelaide's. She was worried about your business with Ranrock's loyalists.
Oh, she was right to be. I couldn't go through with the agreement, and when I told them, I ended up blindfolded and behind bars. Been locked in that infernal cell for so long, they'd forgot I was even there. I overheard things. If only I could reward you for what you've done. Blasted goblins stole every knut on me. All I can say is thank you. Truly.
You mentioned you overheard things.
Sad tale, really. I think I know where Ranrock's unfortunate vendetta against wizardkind began. Although dragon breeding was outlawed by the Warlocks Convention of 1709, Ranrock stumbled upon an illegal dragon camp. He was young, found the creatures fascinating. He'd visit the camp in secret whenever he could, never making his presence known. After weeks of sly surveillance, he finally summoned the courage to speak to the wizard in charge. Ranrock wanted to join them, and the creatures. The wizard happened to drop his wand. Ranrock saw an opportunity. He picked it up, went to hand it back as a means of introducing himself. The sight of a goblin with a wand sent the wizard into an instant rage. He beat Ranrock nearly to death. Ever since, Ranrock has despised wizardkind, sees us all as cruel.
Am I right that you speak gobbledygook?
Unbeknownst to Ranrock's fiends, I do. I've always had an affinity for goblin culture. Knew I wanted to be a metal trader ever since I was a lad. It wasn't easy learning the language. It's complex. and my memory's as weak as my knees these days. But after decades working with fine goblin folk, I grew fairly proficient. At least, I'd like to think so.
I'm grateful I was able to help you, Mr. Oakes. Adelaide thinks the world of you.
Oh, and I her. She's become quite savvy to my trading habits, always analysing my detailed owls. Oh, if only I hadn't resorted to trading with such fiends. A lesson I shan't soon forget. Having my wand back is like being reunited with an old friend. I must return home and inform Adelaide of my safety. Will you be all right?
I'll be fine, Mr. Oakes. You get back to Adelaide. I assure you, her worries outweigh yours.
Oh, I'm anxious to see my dear niece. Thank you. May...
Mr. Oakes was lucky. Grandma's lot would never have freed him.
Revelio! Revelio.
Might be the best meal I've had in years. No, I mean it. I don't think I shall need to eat again till next week.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
You're back! Nice to see you again. What are we looking for today? Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
Reparo. Revelio. Revelio. Alohomora. Revelio.
Let's see what's up your sleeve this time, Merlin.
Revelio. Revelio.
This looks intriguing. Merlin himself would be proud.
What are you up to now?
Fascinating, truly fascinating.
Excuse me, madam. I thought I heard you say something.
Yes, indeed. Talking to myself again. I find myself to be quite the engaging conversationalist since my husband passed. Madam Althea Twiddle, pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Madam Twiddle.
You know, you might be interested in this. You young people love this sort of... My husband often ruminated on the mysterious statue just outside our hamlet. I stumbled upon it today when I had a burst of energy and extended my morning constitutional a bit.
An archaic puzzle. Sounds fascinating.
You see, I suspected you'd be interested, and wait till I tell you about the rumours surrounding... My husband Greville insisted that solving the puzzle would reveal a magical challenge of... The man was intrigued by everything. He was about to try and solve it himself when perhaps you could take a look. I'd be rather interested to hear what, if anything, you find.
Where can I find this statue?
It's not far from Irondale. It's down by the shore, near those old ruins. You can't miss it.
If I happen to see it, I'll have a look.
Ah, the spirit of youth. I do hope you'll be able to solve the...
I should look into the statue Madam Twiddle mentioned.
Revelio.
I should investigate.
Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Lumos. Aloha Mora. Revelio.
Who would have thought that butterflies of all things would lead someone to treasure?
Hello, nice to meet you.
Oh, hello. The name is Porrick Haggerty, and this is my shop.
I'd like to ask you about your shop, if you don't mind.
Certainly, that'd be fine. What would you like to know?
What sort of products do you sell?
I sell all manner of beast products. I always found beast. Fancied I could make a profession out of it.
How long have you been living in Irondale?
All of my life. My sister and I were raised here. I stuck around. She had other plans.
I hear there's a goblin mine near here. Have you ever seen it?
I've been near it, but never in it. I could likely find some valuable beast products, but it's not worth the risk. Ranrock's loyalists are not ones to be messed with.
What do you have for sale?
What can I help you with today? Glad you were able to stop by.
I know a Merlin trial when I see one.
Confringo! 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 Confringo!
Not so tricky after all, Merlin. There's no telling what lies in wait for me in there. This looks like the statue Madame Twiddle mentioned.
Revelio!
Why are there so many vases around here? I suppose I should try to find all the vases.
Revelio!
I think there should only be a few more vases.
Revelio! Revelio!
I'm nearly finished. One more vase.
Revelio!
That's it. I should tell Madame Twiddle about what happened.
Confringo! Incendio. Defender. Confringo. Protego. Confringo. Defender. Glacius. Confringo. Protego. Incendio. Defender. Confringo. Accio. Confringo. Protego. Confringo. Defender. Protego. Confringo. Defender. Incendio. Confringo. Defender. Confringo. Incendio. Defender. Confringo.
Should think they felt that in London.
Protego. Accio. Confringo. Incendio. Protego. Accio. Incendio.
Up for a bit of dying, are we?
Accio. Protego.
You won't defeat us all! Always up.
Confringo! Defendo! Incendio! Confringo!
On to the deck for you!
Accio! Incendio! Defendo! Accio! Incendio! Incendio! Confringo!
I shall avenge your death!
Accio! Incendio! Defendo! Glacius! Levioso! Repulsor! Flugendo! Defendo! Confringo! Glacius! Repulsor! Accio! Incendio! Confringo! Defendo! Protego! Accio! Incendio! Accio! Incendio!
Off on another adventure, are we?
Mrs. Twiddle, your husband was right. The statue was part of a puzzle.
Oh, really? How exciting!
Yes, I had to destroy a number of large vases, and that seemed to activate...
Well done. Oh, well, my curiosity has been satisfied. Thank you for that. Who knows? Oh, my husband would be so pleased to know he was right about that statue.